Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's watch this video together! Oh? Huh. A floating head. Huh. Shooting fireballs?
What am I even?
Game
Hey everyone,
exchange!
Goombah here.
Culture shock! Hi Goombah!
So, Samurai Zombie Nation. A 1990 cult shoot-'em-up for the NES, legendary for making absolutely no sense. A game where you play a disembodied head of a samurai that flew to the US to stop an alien menace from taking over the country by shooting eyeballs and spitting on buildings, causing them to explode. Many have tried to unravel these mysteries, but none have truly triumphed over them.
I'm a goddamn severed head of an emperor's ghost come over from his creepy doghouse in Japan to the United States to save everyone by killing everyone.
What? Like, what? I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but what?
You have a giant orange head trying to save humanity by destroying everything he sees.
But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce to you that I've been able to crack this game wide open and do the unthinkable. Explain the logical origins behind this weird game.
What? There is actually a logic.
I first started off doing what I always do when trying to analyze games. I checked the original version. Originally called Abarembo Tengu, or Hooligan Tengu, instead of playing as a disembodied head of a samurai, you play the disembodied head of a Tengu, which surprisingly makes less sense. Tengu are known to live in the mountains of Japan, and while they often play tricks on humans, rarely do they interact with them, nor do they even care about their well-being. So why start now? The story of the game is the exact same as the localized Samurai Zombie Nation, with the only changes between the two being a few names and aesthetic design choices. I wasn't getting any headway here. I then turned to the Western version of the game. After all, the localized release of this game was only a month after the original came out in Japan. Maybe there was something I was missing. And you know what? I was right. I started off with the main protagonist's name, Namakubi, or literally freshly severed head. Was there a person or monster that had this name? Unfortunately, all I could find was the name of an old Bushido concept. In battle, many generals and warlords would take the heads of enemy commanders, clean, preserve, and then present them to their daimyo or other leaders. This sounded...
Okay, this video is going to be very, what? What? Yeah, okay.
Closer to what I was looking for, but still not quite there yet. While pondering what other connections could be established between the US Samurai Zombie Nation and folklore in the real world, I remembered that there were all kinds of Japanese monsters that did weird stuff with their heads, from having extendo necks to having two mouths, or just having their heads fly away from their body entirely. After a bit of digging at yokai.com, I actually found my ultimate answer. Let me introduce you, dear theorists, to Taira no Masakado, an underdog yet incredibly violent hero of Japan's early history. Born and raised as a samurai in the Heian period circa 1800 CE or so, Masakado came...
Literally thousands of years ago. It's just incredible that we still can remember that he exists.
From a well-to-do family in the Taira clan. Life was pretty good for Masakado until his father died. In 935, a dispute between Masakado and his uncle over inheritance turned into an all-out war. Masakado's uncle sent a hit squad to take him out, but Masakado was a badass warrior in his own right. Not only did he absolutely pwn his attackers, but went to their homes, burned down their lands, and basically slaughtered everyone in the general area. Masakado was not someone to take lightly. His father-in-law was next to try and kill him over his inheritance. But again, Masakado decimated them and took revenge on his attackers by scorch-earthing their land. Do you see a destructive pattern here? In Samurai Zombie Nation, Namakubi apparently saves everyone by destroying everything, setting countless buildings ablaze and racking up a lot of property damage. But if this is anything based off of Taira no Masakado, it historically makes sense that this guy's best plan of attack when fighting an evil space monster would be to just burn everything opposing him to the ground, just as he did with his in-law attackers in Japan. But how does this make Namakubi a hero? And if he's so violent, how did Masakado go down in history as being a hero? Well...
What? Okay, now it makes lesser sense than it originally started with. Tell me more.
Eventually, Masakado assembled enough power to conquer 8 provinces in Japan. But, to be fair, he treated the peasants of the conquered land a lot better than the previous owners. People saw him as a liberator of oppression, and this didn't sit well with the government, who labeled him a threat to national security. Betrayed by his friends and family, he was eventually defeated, beheaded, and his namakubi hung in the East Market of Kyoto to show the fate of those who rebelled against the government. Even though you're burning everything to the ground in Samurai Zombie Nation, you are still responsible for saving helpless people in-game. Not exactly doing it in the best way possible, but you're still helping. Just like how even Masakato was far from tactful when conquering, he still helped the peasants of the land and they remembered him for it. But why a freaking head, I'm sure you're asking yourselves. What on earth does this have to do with this? And you know what? That's actually the most interesting and convincing thing of them all. Remember how I said that the government displayed Masakato's head in Kyoto? Well, apparently his head never decomposed. After days of exposure, it was still as fresh as when it was cut. In fact, as time passed, his face became more angry, even fierce. And after a few months passed, people reported seeing his head flying around screaming, "Where's my body? Bring it to me so I may fight again." One night, the head flew far and away from Kyoto, glowing brightly across the land. It eventually got tired though and landed in Shimosa, a fishing village that later became part of the new capital, Edo, or Tokyo if you will. It was here that the peasants cleansed the head, buried it, and erected a shrine to honor him. But Masakato was still pissed. From the 1300s to as late as the 1980s, plagues, earthquakes, even sudden deaths befell present-day Tokyo. All of them attributed to Masakato's wrath from the disrespect to himself or his shrine. Under serious pressure in 1984, Masakato's status of kami was permanently instilled and his shrine rebuilt where it stands to this very day in Otemachi, Tokyo, under constant care from businesses and volunteers. So to recap, in-game we have a pissed-off head of a samurai emerging from a shrine, flying around causing natural disaster levels of damage, all in order to liberate a nation being oppressed by an evil overlord who wants to control the everyday people. And in old Japanese history, we have a pissed-off samurai head of a powerful family who was eventually enshrined, who caused natural disasters over generations, and whose ambition it was to liberate a nation being oppressed by evil overlords wanting to control the everyday people.
Okay, what?
So, you still think this game makes no sense? Cause to me, it looks like it makes complete sense.
What?
And you know what the weird thing is? The localized version of the game makes more cultural and historical sense than the original. That's a pretty huge first for this show. And if you're curious for more culture and gaming, click right here to learn about how another over-the-top cult game, Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes, teaches down-to-earth facts about Japan's greatest shoguns. Or if you're feeling like watching something a little more deep, click here to check out my dive into one of gaming's greatest inequalities when it comes to M-rated games. But until next time, everyone, this is Gaijin Goombah signing out.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you, I guess. This video has been very weird, strange.
And before anyone asks, Namakubi screams Munen or regret when he dies, and I have no idea where naked zombie Sean Connery fits into this game.
Yeah, so, the more you know, I guess. The more you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you do like this video, I mean, why? If you do like this video, no, like seriously, why? Okay, if you do like this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have any share with us. Don't forget to follow my channel, and yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. But hey, that's just a game exchange. Culture shock. That was really shocking actually. Culture shock. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Subscribe. Thank you. Yeah.